Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss about how to make money online with a webinar. There is no better way to sell online courses. Sales email typically convert at 1 to 2%, while webinar typically convert at 10 to 15%. That means if you have 10 people inside your room, you will probably convert 10 to 15 of them on your offer. I have had some webinar convert at 30 to 40% rate. No matter what the expert might tell you about online courses being dead, just understand that their input is dead wrong. I have made more money than ever this year selling my own online courses, and I expect e-learning to continue being a viable engine for solopreneur to make money in 2022 and beyond. Today I want to talk you through the real magic of my webinar. I want to show you all the way you need, the structure you should follow, and how to actually close sales by the end of your hour-long webinar. Here we will discuss about why webinar actually work. First, you need to understand why webinar actually work. Webinar are live shows online that people can sign up for and come to digitally. Typically, it consists of one presenter going through some sort of PowerPoint where they teach the viewers something. Most times, there is in fact a sales pitch at the end for a course, a book, coaching, or something else. It's not like a live call where you can speak with the presenter. You are simply watching from your screen and can comment in the chat box. Webinars are incredibly useful sales tools because your viewers can see and hear you. Would you feel closer to a pen pal or someone you would do video call with every week? We trust people we can see and hear, not necessarily a stranger on the internet. The fact that we trust people more when we can see and hear them make webinars so relaxing. How to get people to sign up for your webinar. A quick note here, this is really all about the structure for a successful webinar. I have talked about how to get new subscriber and webinar sign-ups in our video. The most important part of a successful webinar is the presentations itself. I trust most readers can figure out how to set up a webinar on their own via Webinar Ninjas on Webinar Jam. It's not that difficult with some light googling. How to make a great webinar. There are 3 parts to every webinar: the introduction, the main point, and the sale pitch. The introduction is typically the easiest part. There are 3 things you need to do in every introduction. Introduce yourself as a credible authority figure. Establish your method as a gold mine of opportunity that few have thought of before. I will give you an example from my webinar of each. My webinar, which is called How to Make Extra Money, it's about to medium can be a game changer. for writer online. The established credibility. I talk about my own journey as a medium writer. This step is circular curricular. You need your audience to have this most drastic shift in thinking. The better you argue that you have this grand new opportunity for everyone, that the easier it will be to sell later on. Now the audience respect you is interested in this new opportunity and somewhat convinced they can do it too. Typically an introduction takes about 2 minutes to get through. Mine has 28 slides. Now is the time to get into your main points. How to deliver the main points. A webinar is not about teaching. When I heard webinar expert salesperson say that a few years ago, I thought it was some sick joke. Then what's a webinar for? His answer was something that changed webinar forever. Webinars also about breaking down barriers to purchase. Then Russell went on to explain that every part of your main presentation should break down a barrier to purchase. My main presentation, which take place right after my introduction, has 3 points and break down 3 barriers to purchase without the audience really knowing it. For instance, the first point of my webinar is about why 99% of writers do not succeed. They are not successful because they don't believe that writing is a skill that can be learned. Instead, they think it's a talent that people are born with. When I started thinking about why people might not buy my medium mastery course, I realized many just don't believe they can be a good writer. Most would not even entertain my offer for a moment because they were so sure writing is a talent and not a skill. If it's not a talent, then why do my journal entries from 6 years ago suck so bad? I tell a story in my first point about how after filling my freshman year English class for most of the semester, once you get main presentation done, which should take about 15 to 20 minutes, now we get to sell the portion. How to close the sale on a webinar. Once you are done with your 3 main points, it's time to transition to selling. You first have to ask the audience a simple question. If you did all of what I showed you to do in this webinar today, would you be confident you could succeed as a? For me, I feel that blank with medium writer. Maybe you are teaching people how to become a real estate agent. Then you talk about how there's a lot more to it than that, and that you have created a product for those who want the entire process from start to finish.